The biggest misconception that motivation should be constant, like 100% all the time. Today, we're plunging into the inner fire, cultivating motivation, a really fascinating look at what truly fuels our drive.
Yeah, and for you today is, well, to cut through some of the common myths, we want to reveal the real dynamic nature of motivation, see some actionable insights to keep that inner spark not just alive, but genuinely thriving,
Yeah,
even when things get tough.
absolutely. And here's where it gets really interesting, like right off the bat, that motivation is, or should be, constant, like 100% all the time.
Right, which is just not how it works.
Exactly. Our source illustrates it beautifully. It's not a steady on switch. Think more. Roller coaster.
Or battery that needs recharging.
Yeah. Or a garden needing care, or even a wave, rising and falling naturally. Expecting it to be unwavering is frankly unrealistic and honestly pretty exhausting.
It really is.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating, I think, is understanding that these fluctuations, they're not just normal, they're kind of essential. So this brings up a big question for you listening.
Right.
If it's not constant, what is motivation at its core?
The why, right?
Exactly. The why behind your actions. The source highlights intrinsic motivation. That's your internal drive. It's when you do something because the activity itself is enjoyable. Like learning guitar just for the love of music.
Right, the pure joy of it. So what does this actually mean for your daily drive? Well, often we're running on a blend, aren't we? Intrinsic drive plus extrinsic motivation.
Sure, the external stuff.
Yeah.
Like working for a bonus or recognition.
Exactly. But here's a really crucial point, one that's often missed. Relying too heavily on those extrinsic rewards. It can sometimes crowd out the intrinsic stuff.
Oh, that's interesting. How so?
Well, think about it. If you start getting paid well for a hobby you absolutely loved doing for free, sometimes that pure joy can diminish a bit. Your brain kind of shifts focus to the reward, not the act itself.
Gotcha.
Hey, if you're liking this, like, subscribes. These are huge signals to the platforms.
Tells YouTube this is good stuff.
Exactly. It basically tells the algorithm, hey, people value this.
So understanding that balance helps you tap into the more sustainable sources, the intrinsic ones.
Precisely.
Okay, so if we connect this to what often drains that inner spark, it's got to be the inner critic, hasn't it?
Oh, definitely. That voice.
It's not just simple self-doubt. It's that really insidious voice, the perfectionist.
It's not perfect, so it's worthless.
Exactly. Or the fortune teller just declaring, I know this won't work out.
Yeah. Seen that movie before.
Right. And this internal saboteur, it actively depletes your motivation. It leads to that energy drain and often just action paralysis. You get stuck.
You totally know that voice, right? That I always mess things up, track playing on repeat. So, okay, when that internal chatter gets really loud, what do you actually do?
Good question.
This deep dive suggests becoming an inner detective, which I like. Instead of fighting those thoughts head on, you just observe them without judgment.
Okay.
Like a neutral observer. Yeah. Then you challenge them critically. Ask yourself, is this thought 100% true? Always. Or is this thought actually helpful right now?
Powerful questions.
And then crucially, you reframe it. So instead of, I'm a terrible writer.
Which is an identity statement.
Right. You shift it to, okay, I'm finding this paragraph challenging to write at this moment. It moves from who you are to a temporary situation.
That's a really useful shift. Okay, so once we quiet that internal noise, maybe turn the volume down a bit, how do we actively build that positive forward momentum? What's the next step?
Celebration.
Yes. The source really emphasizes celebrating your wins, no matter how small they seem.
Even tiny ones.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The science here is incredibly clear. Acknowledging progress, even minor steps, releases dopamine in your brain.
Ah, the feel-good chemical.
Exactly. It doesn't just feel good. It reinforces the behavior.
Yeah.
It builds what psychologists call self-efficacy.
Your belief you can actually do it.
Precisely. Your belief in your own ability to succeed. It's like you're literally training your brain to go, hey, that worked. Let's do more of that.
It is like your brain saying, hey, that was good. Let's do more. I love that. And thinking about future success, let's talk about the magnetic power of your future vision. This is cool.
Visualization.
Yeah. When you vividly imagine yourself achieving a goal, your brain isn't just, daydreaming. It's activating similar neural pathways to actually doing the thing.
Practice in the mind.
And it primes your brain's filtering system, some call it the reticular activating system, or RAS,
Okay.
to actively notice opportunities and resources out there that align with that vision, things you might otherwise just completely overlook.
So this isn't just like wishful thinking, the secret kind of stuff.
No, it's framed as a scientifically supported technique, preparing your mind for action.
Right. And that helps reduce anxiety, boosts confidence. Makes sense. But, life isn't always smooth sailing. Things go wrong. And the source is clear. Resilience isn't about never stumbling, never falling down.
It's about the bounce back.
It's absolutely about how effectively, maybe even gracefully, you get back up. It's a critical muscle.
Yeah.
And like any muscle, you can strengthen it through practices like self-compassion.
Being kind to yourself when you mess up.
Yes. And celebrating those small wins we just talked about. And intentionally learning from setbacks rather than just dwelling on them.
Absolutely. And this whole process, clarifying purpose, managing that inner critic technology, can actually be a helpful partner if used intentionally. Think about things like digital vision boards, keeping your why visible, or goal-setting apps that break big things down. Tracking progress can visually reinforce your wins too. Even AI journaling tools can help with self-reflection, noticing patterns. Okay, so putting this all together, as you, listening, reflect on this, what's maybe one small shift you can make today to truly dance with your motivation, maybe, instead of fighting it?
Good question.
How will you embrace its natural ebbs and flows rather than resisting them all the time?
Yeah. And remember, motivation isn't some fixed destination you finally arrive at. It's more like a lifelong dance. It's a continuous adventure. So maybe the question is, how will you continually reconnect with your why? Celebrate your ongoing strength, even on the tough days. And keep that inner spark shining brightly, knowing it's okay for the flame to flicker sometimes.
Let's keep learning together.
It's about continuing the journey.
We've got a great community growing here. Hit that subscribe button to join us. We're building something pretty special together.
And please remember, the opinions expressed here are just for informational purposes.
That's right. They are definitely not a substitute for professional medical advice or treatment.
Always seek the guidance of a qualified healthcare provider for any health concerns you might have.